Okay, now all of you should cry, no? When the electricity goes, if you all smile and laugh, when the electricity comes, why that is not happening? Do a satyagraha, sit down.
You are also part of it.
It has to be as Mahatma Gandhi said, Nirahara Satyagraha. All of you should have one bottle. No, you should have one bottle and keep on drinking water. No, he said no, Nirahara. No, he said Nirahara. You should keep on drinking water. You can be connected with the pipe into mouth. Keep on drinking. Gange, Gange, Murachi. In the control. ആരും കരാവുന്നില്ല ഇവിടെ എല്ലാവരും ഭൂതത്താൻ സാറേ So there is a great artist here. See, the gate is closed. Okay, so there are only one option. പക്ഷെ എപ്പോഴും ചാടുന്ന നമ്മളറിയാം എല്ലാം ഈ ലോങ് ജമ്പ് വരി നടക്കില്ലെങ്കിൽ പിന്നെ പ്രിയം വരും പ്രിയം പറയോ പറയുന്നതിനിടയിൽ വേഗം പറഞ്ഞു കണ്ട അതുകൊണ്ട സുന്ദരൻ സാറേ ഗുണ്ടുമണി സാറേ ഇതൊന്നും പറയരുത് കേട്ടോ എത്ര പേർക്ക് രാത്രി നടക്കണം എഴുന്നേറ്റ് ഇവിടെ കൊണ്ടുപോകാം അവിടെ വരെ നടന്നിട്ടോ
Tagore. He addressed Tagore not as Rabindra, not as Tagore. He addressed him as Gurudev. See the word Guru Dev. You are the Guru, the Bhagavan. So somebody has to use a bigger word back. Tagore is a great poet. So definitely he has no depth of meaningful words in his brain dictionary. So immediately the reply came, Mahatma. Mahat Atma. Molo, you are struggling. You come and sit here. I want to see you. You want to see me. She is struggling to see. What was the address back? Mahatma. Atma is Atmiya Purusha short form. Atmiya Purusha means who realized spirituality. Atmiya Purusha. Atmiya Purusha means who realized spirituality. So Atmiya Purusha, if somebody called that itself is great. But then add Maha to that. That means the biggest Atmiya Purusha. That's the greatest equivalent to God. That you can call it as equivalent to God. Who realized God. And a Maha person who realized God. The greatest realized person. So what is that Gurudeva called? Mahatma. That's equivalent to God, right? Whether Mahatma Gandhi deserves that or not was a question to me most of the time. And that ended up just by reading the great book authored by Mahatma Gandhi, that is Gita, my mother. Most of the people who read Bhagavad Gita must have written nice interpretations on Bhagavad Gita. But I don't think anybody had the thought process where they could name it as Gita, my mother. Because the greatest person in the world is mother. I kept on talking to you, right? Yesterday also I showed you one documentary where importance of mother is kept. But Mahatma Gandhi considered Bhagavad Gita as equal to his mother. Because I said, when you want to get meditation, peace of mind, you go to the mother's lap and then lie down and take a good breath, you get realization and you get the peaceful, calm atmosphere. You can imagine Mahatma Gandhi took a path which is not that common in the world. When somebody comes and fights, you can't say, I am not here to fight with you. If you want, you can beat me and go. I will not beat you back. It is not that easy. Probably he can do it by himself, alone as a person. But understand there are millions of Indians around who are all fighting against a great force in front of them with a gun. When they come with a gun, you say that I don't want to fight with you, if you want you can kill me. Do you think any person will be ready for this? Individually you can be ready. But do you think a leader can make all the people behind him to say the same word? Not that possible. Only one in the whole world could do that, and that is Mahatma Gandhi. That's his greatness. And that too, in the committees when he discussed these items, including Nehru, opposed this. That's another greatness. Probably one of the greatest enemy of Mahatma Gandhi would have been Jawaharlal Nehru himself in the committees also. They kept saying that this will not work. I don't agree. When Mahatma Gandhi wanted Sanskrit as the national language, Nehru opposed it and said Hindi will be the national language. So every activity which Mahatma Gandhi proposed, there were opposition for most of the Congress leaders. But still, they all were ready to be under Mahatma Gandhi because it is not Congress people who supported Mahatma Gandhi, it is the people of India who supported Mahatma Gandhi. And they all knew that if they don't agree with Mahatma Gandhi, people will not be with the Congress. You understood? So being in a party, not getting sufficient support inside the party, getting the people under him was a great effort which Mahatma Gandhi did because he is the only one who travelled across India. That is, again, he had a great guru. Who was that? Gopalakshmi Gokhale. He came back from South Africa after his practice. There also he did lot of social activities. While practicing, he met lot of people. All of them asked him one question: do you know anything about Indian heritage, Indian tradition, Indian epic, the great Gita? And Mahatma Gandhi used to be shamefully say that I have not read Bhagavad Gita. That was one of his starting point. But then he did not continue being ashamed of saying that, because he started learning Bhagavad Gita while practicing in South Africa. Because of the compulsion of the public demand there, he has to answer the questions which they asked. And we have the Ashtanga Yoga, which describes about Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. 8 steps. The first step is Yama, which means non-violence. So Mahatma Gandhi just took the Indian basic concept of yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, and firmly kept one part of it under him. That was non-violence. Did I not tell you there is no point in talking about many points, but talk about one point? Did I not tell you that? In 8 steps, Mahatma Gandhi did not go to the second step also, but one step he has very strong under him, and he just followed it. He knew that that's enough. So one point, any point which you speak, that has to be very strong. That he proved by himself. And as I said, when he was very strong in non-violence, where the opposition is a violent person. Britishers are so violent, right? And how can you strongly holding non-violence and then start opposing? Because whenever there is a problem, assume a small child has a lot of problems. What the child will do? Go to the mother, lie down on the lap, start crying, and then ask Amma, what should I do, right? Same way, Mahatma Gandhi went to the mother's lap. Who is the mother? Gita. Gone through all the slokas there and found out where he is going to get solution. Like a mother's lap, a child is sleeping, Mahatma Gandhi slept on Bhagavad Gita's lap. Bhagavad Gita gave answer, and then he comes back. Whenever there is some opposition in the committee meetings, he will just keep quiet. He will not answer. He will say, if you don't want, I will quit as president of Congress party. 1920. He was very easily saying, I don't want to become. Then everybody will come behind and say, please don't quit. Because he knows, the people also know. Gokhale was a very strong spiritual person as well. When, with all the experience which he had, basic knowledge of Gita, the basic knowledge of non-violence which he learned in the Ashtanga Yoga, and the basic, that you can see examples were how he reacted. That there are stories about how he reacted to the ticket examiner at that place. Everything was there. But then when he came, Gokhale told him, you can't jump into politics just like that. Go and learn India. So he went around, met people, learned about India, then jumped into politics. So he knew politics, he knew spirituality, he knew Bhagavad Gita. So what he did? Combined all of them. That is why he could become Mahatma. And then everybody, including you, said it is Mahatma Gandhi who got independence for India, and that is why he is called father of the nation. So it is not he who got independence to India, he is father of the nation. He is not father of the independence. Understand the difference. All of you must have understood it wrong. India is a country. As a country, India got independence. Either India got independence or not, that is not the big matter. All of us will say national pledge, national anthem. Which is your nation? Nobody asks which is the country pledge. Nobody asks which is your country. Nationality. What is the difference between nation and country? The difference is the difference between an individual and a citizen. Individual is me. Citizenship is my ownership in the country. And if there are a lot of citizens who have got ownership in the country, they feel my country, that feeling is called that nationalism, nationalistic feeling. Even today, American president addresses its people, oh my countrymen, because they don't have national feeling. But India has national feeling. Who created that national feeling? Mahatma Gandhi. Rashtra Nirman. The word Rashtra is nation. That feeling of nation was brought into every individual in India by Mahatma Gandhi. Therefore, he is called the father of nation, not father of country. That is the greatest contribution, and he has no role in getting independence because he was not part of negotiating with Britishers. He was not there in Delhi when India's flag was hoisted in Delhi. He kept himself away, totally unhappy, because he don't want India to be partitioned. He was the most unhappy person because he loved all Muslims, saying that Muslims are my brothers and sisters. Therefore, he became an enemy to the Hindu people. He was the most difficult man. They said he is not a Hindu. And he made another voice saying, all Hindu people are my brothers and sisters. Therefore, Muslims hated him, said that you are our enemy. So he became an enemy for both Hindus and Muslims. He was not able to stop anything because he was not a good politician. Politician means who can manage all situations for his benefit. He can continue to be a leader, but he failed to be a leader in the true political sense. But he was a leader for the people of India. He was a leader for the nation. Another added quality in him was, like what she said, he was a real karma yogi. What is karma yogi? Doesn't mean you do unselfish things. There are a lot of people who goes to him, meet him, but still he found time serving at home, helping his wife, feeding the animals, and then making his dhoti, washing his clothes. And he left his, when he was an advocate, he had all the peripheral coat, suit and the uniforms which an advocate should have. But seeing a poor person with not sufficient dress, he left everything and then he became one among them. That's one of his greatness. And he was very strong person. He speaks with loud voice, clear, crisp, strong, but mild. Every quality here. Wherever people have to be opposed, he will say, I don't agree with you. Now on this point, that's a close. I have no hatred on you, but I don't agree with you on this point. Still you are my close friend. He opposed their opinions, but he never opposed a person. He was never an enemy of Britishers, because the soldier who represents the Queen of Britain here is not his enemy. Who is enemy? The system which they follow is not accepted by Mahatma Gandhi. So he never opposed the person. Therefore he said, don't disturb them. That is why Britishers also could never oppose him. They all gave sufficient respect. Otherwise they could have just smashed him, right? As a person, he loved every one of them. I don't agree with you, but you are my friend. Very difficult to understand this system. That complicated was Mahatma Gandhi. His views were opposed, but not the person. Therefore, Britishers gave sufficient value to Mahatma Gandhi. And therefore, Britishers knew that when Mahatma Gandhi is in the control of India, they will not be able to manage doing things as they like. They started bribing other leaders and then kept Mahatma Gandhi away. Unfortunately, including Nehru, became the scapegoat or the tools of Britishers who really became against Mahatma Gandhi. And whenever you speak of Mahatma Gandhi, you shouldn't stop saying that we lost him on 30th January 1948. You must also speak to him. Hey Ram was the last word he said. Because of who? Because of whom? Nathu Ram, who was not an enemy. He also would have become a friend of him, and he could also would have been persuaded by somebody for doing it. Don't you think when such intentionally, not intentionally, forcefully but not forcefully, because we don't know why it happened, how it happened, why it has happened, nobody could explain even today. Do you think as a nation for India? What is that? Yeah. When that person was caught, put into jail, there is an FIR. What is FIR? First investigation report, which is not even today available because it is kept a secret. From the first Prime Minister onwards, people are not exposed to know, with all the right to information rules which we have in India, we are not made available to know about this. You know Kiran Bedi?
Yes.
She filed a case against Government of India. Who is that? She, who contested as Delhi CM post, she filed a case against Government of India, asking Government of India to give the details of this case. To our surprise, after 1947, independent India, in independent India when Mahatma Gandhi died, his FIR is never written in either in English, nor in Hindi, nor in Indian language. That's the information. You don't know which language. People say it is written in Urdu, or maybe in Persian, some other language. That's the information.
Sanskrit.
No, not Sanskrit. It's written in some other foreign language. Nobody knows why. That itself is a great thing.
Who
And the
has
translated version is also not made available.
Who has written it?
That's a local police fellow, but as a government we have the prejudiced view that we don't keep it available to people, don't make it public.
Is it a British one?
We don't know who influenced whom, and this is what has happened. So Mahatma Gandhi had a great quality that he lived a disciplined life. Again, he was never sick in his life. Though he had all difficulties, putting him in jail, all that suffering, right? Traveling across, not living a posh life, a black man, slim or lean? Slim. With all the hardships, but he was never sick because of his disciplined life. Therefore, he was a yogi not by practice alone, by his own life as an example. He always said, my life is an open book. Anybody can interpret it and read it. I have no secrets in my life. That's one of the statements Mahatma Gandhi kept saying. But always he had a great doctor associated with him. Dinesh K. Mehta. That was one great achievement probably Mahatma Gandhi had, because he was a doctor, was a naturopathist, yoga expert, qualified doctor who followed Mahatma Gandhi. And there is a book written by Dinesh K. Mehta from the experience of Mahatma Gandhi's life, in which one of the chapter is what is proclaimed as a patented art of dash dash practiced by one of the SSSS guru in this world. He has stolen it from Mahatma Gandhi's book, which is called The Law of Health. The book Law of Health, published by Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, if you read, you will understand how Mahatma Gandhi lived and how unhappy he was on his 74th birthday. That was his last birthday celebrated, because 1947, October 2nd, August, September, October, 3 months after India's independence, he said, I have no hope to live in this India, which is my nation. I am hopeless, useless. I want to die. That's a feeling which Mahatma Gandhi gave. So we have to thank Nathuram for saving Mahatma Gandhi. I am making a very harsh statement. I love to do that. Because once you lost interest in living a nation, you can't run away. No? You can't run away from your mother. So better to die. October, August, September, October, 3 months. November, December, January, another 3 months. Dushu. Great man. Lived a great life, left a path, and greatest philosopher, Einstein, made a statement on Mahatma Gandhi. People will not believe, not we. After a few years, if somebody reads Mahatma Gandhi's life story, they will say, no, there was no person like this, because unable to believe that such a person lived in this country, who is a lean fellow, without a post dress, driven the whole nation, and everybody listened to him. Right? It will be unable to believe that a person with the flesh and blood walked on this earth with such a great leadership quality is unbelievable. That's what who said? Einstein spoke about Mahatma Gandhi. Understand, it's not that easy to get such a word from a great person like Einstein. Probably he must not have given this credibility to anybody else, not even in science, right? The greatest scientist, greatest philosopher spoke about Mahatma Gandhi. That is. There are a lot of people, you go and take quotes of Mahatma Gandhi, quotes on Mahatma Gandhi, you will see hundreds of them on internet even today. As I said, when, in Gandhi chair, there was a conference on Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy. DrTPS gave a paper in Calicut University in 2005. The paper name was Mahatma Gandhi and Conflictology. That is because there is a great proverb which says, Einstein to physics is Mahatma Gandhi to conflictology. When we say physics, every person who knows physics will know who is Einstein, right? Correct? So if somebody, morning we were discussing about the conflict between the head and the heart, right? Manas and the buddhi. So similarly, Mahatma Gandhi had lot of difficulties in his brain. He wanted to do something, Congress will say, don't do it. I told you, most of the time he had fightings inside committees. So don't you think Mahatma Gandhi must have had a sufficient conflict, tension, pressure, everything he had. That is why he goes back to Bhagavad Gita and sleeps, right? So he can be called as a person with maximum conflicts. That is why he got a nickname. He is the man of conflictology. A person with lot of problems with him because he took a path which is never taken by anybody else. We have great poets in Malayalam who writes, Iruvadiyil Peruvadi Nallu. Whenever there are two paths, which path is best? The bigger path is best. But lesser path, if you wanted to taken by lesser people, you want to take, you should have a lot of courage. But then you go through that smaller path, there will be a lot of people who oppose you. In a bigger path which is travelled by many people, opposition will be less. This was known to Mahatma Gandhi, but still he has chosen the path not even taken by lesser people, taken by only one man. Whereas the whole other people used to force that this is the way we have to fight against the Britishers. The funniest thing, he will say, let us do Ingulab, Sindabad, Britishers, go back. He make everybody to sit and then do the slogan. That time Britishers will come with a gun. And one of the fellow will say, Murdabad, Britishers, Murdabad. Murdabad means they say slogan against Britishers, and somebody will raise up to hit at them. Mahatma Gandhi will say, stop, no more strikes. Let us not do Garao. Finished. Tomorrow is holiday for us. No strikes. Do you think a person who gets agitated can become silent? Then they will say, what Mahatma Gandhi is this? He is not allowing us to fight. This was his problem. But still people supported him. He came to Kerala many times. That's what she mentioned, that he met Srinarayana. He came and met Srinarayana Guru.
1925.
And then he said, there is a great man here. He went and met then the king of Travancore. Mahatma Gandhi thought Mahatma Gandhi is the simplest person in the world. Because he wears only small dhoti. Right? But when he came to Travancore palace, he found a king without jewelry, without a talapahu, no crown on. You know, all the North Indian kings, have you seen? How do they get decorated?
So many ornaments. So many ornaments.
But have you seen Travancore king?
No.
No ornaments. Normal shirt, normal dhoti. And then he had a discussion with the king of Travancore. As he came, the ladies brought some water. He took the water and drank. Coffee or tea or tiffin, everything was served. Everything he had. After the discussion with the king, he wanted to say bye-bye to the king. Then he asked, I wanted to see the princess. Then Travancore king said, the person who served you water is my wife. It was a great surprise for Mahatma Gandhi to know there is a place like Kerala where they don't decorate their princess. They are servants of people. You understood? That is because Travancore king himself is a servant, not the king. Padmanabha Dasan. You understand? And Indian context, a guest is God for you. God's own country. Aditi Devo Bhava. So who is the Bhagavan? And that too like a Mahatma who comes, who has to serve pani, water? The princess, who is less than that can give. Mahatma Gandhi thought he is not the simplest person. Who is the simplest person now? Kerala kings are simpler than. I stayed in an ashram where Mahatma Gandhi stayed Sabarmati. Sabarmati ashram is in Ahmedabad, nearby the river Sabarmati. Again I stayed in an ashram courtesy to Anushama at Amaravati. That ashram belongs to Tukkadaji Maharaj. Another great person who can be considered as Guru of Mahatma Gandhi. Because Gram, Swagram, the Gram Bharat. Gram Bharat. What does it mean? Mahatma Gandhi never wanted India to have big cities. He wanted villages. Because he is the person who said, the soul of India lives in villages. But where did he got this concept? If you read back, somewhere in smaller places, it must have been written, not that famous, that he got the idea of the Grama concept from Tukkadaji Maharaj, from a book written by Tukkadaji Maharaj called Grama Gita, for giving a training program called Mission IAS.
shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday.
അറ്റ്ലീസ്റ്റ് ഈ 4 വരികളെങ്കിലും we will live in peace,
we will live in peace, we will live in peace someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday. We will live in peace, we will live in peace, we will live in peace someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday.
ഇനി എല്ലാവരും ചേർന്നൊന്ന് പാടിക്കേ. എല്ലാവരും 1, 2, 3.
We shall overcome, we shall overcome, we shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday.
ഇത് യഥാർത്ഥ പറഞ്ഞാലും ഓ deep in my heart,
I do believe that we shall overcome someday.
Oh,
deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday.
പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ടെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഐ ഡു ബിലീവിനെക്കാളും പ്രധാനം പറഞ്ഞാൽ വി ഷാൽ ഓവർകം. ഒരു ശക്തിക്കും ഞങ്ങളെ പിന്നോട്ട് പോകാൻ അനുവദിക്കില്ല. ഞങ്ങൾ ഉണർന്ന ജനതയാണ്. ഉണർന്ന
एक दिन पूरा विश्वास हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन. होंगे कामयाब, होंगे कामयाब, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन. ओ मन में है विश्वास, पूरा है विश्वास, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन. We shall overcome, we shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday. हम होंगे कामयाब, हम होंगे कामयाब, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन. ओ मन में है विश्वास, पूरा है विश्वास, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन. മുന്നേറും നമ്മൾ, മുന്നേറും നമ്മൾ, അധികം വൈകാതെ മുന്നേറും നമ്മൾ. ഓ ഹൃദയത്തിനുള്ളിൽ ഞാൻ ഉറപ്പിച്ചു, മുന്നേറും നമ്മൾ വൈകാതെ. മുന്നേറും നമ്മൾ, മുന്നേറും നമ്മൾ, അധികം വൈകാതെ മുന്നേറും നമ്മൾ. ഓ ഹൃദയത്തിനുള്ളിൽ ഞാൻ ഉറപ്പിച്ചു, മുന്നേറും നമ്മൾ വൈകാതെ. സന്തതം
ചാരു കടാക്ഷ
best.
നല്ലൊരു കഥ പറവാൻ പരിഷതി ഞാനിതാ വന്ദിക്കുന്നേ. നല്ലതും ചീത്തയും മാറ്റിയിടാതെ ചൊല്ലിയിടുന്നത് ഡോക്ടർ സാറോ? നമ്മുടെ ഉള്ളിലുള്ള ചീത്തകളെല്ലാം മാറ്റിയിടുന്ന വല്ലഭനാര്? പുഞ്ചിരിയുമായി മൈക്കിന് മുന്നിൽ നിൽക്കുന്നതാരോ സുബോധ സാറ്.